I've been speaking to teenagers across school and colleges in Yorkshire about periods, and it's become really clear that for Gen Z today, talking about periods has been easier than any other generation. However, young people are learning primarily about menstruation from social media, and they're still not having sufficient menstrual education in schools. This is what one young person said to me. Most of the information we get on periods is from the media. It educates young people more than their school. And this is really alarming because social media has a lot of misinformation and stereotypes about women and the people who menstruate, and therefore young people are potentially learning misinformation that might have a negative impact on their health and well-being.
It's really important that we tackle period stigma because stigma and shame really holds young people back, especially those who have periods. And this doesn't just mean that they can't sort of attend school, but they also can't engage in school when they're actually there. They're too busy thinking about kind of the anxiety and the discrimination and bullying that they face because of period shame and stigma.
So menstrual justice is a really important lens that Irise uses in its work because we understand that menstrual injustice is incredibly intersectional. So someone's a unique experience of menstruation is defined by things like their socioeconomic background, their race, their culture, their religion, their gender, their sexual orientation, and all of these things combine together in a really unique way to define how someone experiences menstruation and menstrual injustice.
Although there have recently been some positive changes to the menstrual health curriculum in schools, my research has shown that it's still not going far enough. The young people in my research wanted to learn about diverse experiences of menstruation. They wanted to see lived experience as part of the curriculum. They want to know how other people experience periods. The boys that I spoke to, they really wanted to learn about periods too, and they wanted their lessons to show how they could best support girls and other people who menstruate. Today, there are a really wide range of menstrual products available, from single-use products such as pads and tampons to sustainable, reusable products like cups and period pants. And the young people I spoke to in my research, they were really keen to do their bit for the environment. However, many of them are really concerned about trying sustainable products because they feared leaking or not knowing how to use them. So my research showed, and the young people suggested this, that it's really important that menstrual health education lessons include actual products that young people can test, such as putting liquid into and seeing the absorbency. Perhaps an idea for a science lesson.
It's really important that young people lead this change because they are the ones with lived experience. They are the ones who understand their home life, their school life and their community life. And we can end period shame and stigma within one generation. And young people are the ones who can really lead systemic change.
Like in school, you're taught once in primary school more about again sex ed and stuff like that. It's not really about your period. You get told that you're going to bleed once a month. That's it. You're not told the emotional effects, the physical effects that has on you. In my community personally, there's a lot of stigma, so people tend to hide it. You don't talk about it. I'm very blessed that I have an older sister, so she was able to guide me a bit through it, but that was only with the limited knowledge that she had. So I think it could be better. It could be a lot better, which is why I joined Irise.
Irise International is an organisation based in Sheffield, and we work across the UK but also in East Africa to realise menstrual justice for all. We are a youth-informed charity leading into a youth-led charity, and we have our sister organisation, Irise Institute East Africa, based in Uganda, who do fantastic work on period equity across East Africa.
So I've been working really closely with organisations and policymakers to draw on my findings to create important social change that supports women and other people who menstruate. I chaired a committee for the British Standards Institute, and we created guidance to support employees experiencing menstruation and menopause in the workplace, and this is being used in hundreds of countries all over the world. I've also worked with an amazing performer and primary school teacher, Belsky, and we've created a curriculum for years 5 and 6 around menstruation, and this curriculum was based on what the young people in my research said they wish they'd learned at primary school.
Maria's research at the University of Sheffield has been really brilliant at helping us ensure that our work is evidence-based, that we're really responding to young people's wants and needs, and this sort of partnership really enables us to further the collective agenda and support young people as they need to be supported.
The young people that we work with are really at the heart of all of the work that we do, and they really drive the change forward. So young people that we work with tend to do some local community-based advocacy, but also this leads into national advocacy and policy change as well. Some of the young people that we work with tend to work in schools or specifically in their own communities. But the change they do is paramount not just to the other young people around them, but to the older people in the community as well.
So Zest is a community anchor organisation in Sheffield. We provide a range of services, so employment, health, community engagement. We're a leisure facility as well. We've got a swimming pool and a gym. We are based in one of the most deprived areas in Sheffield. The Period Bank is in partnership with Irise International, and it's a stock of period products that we've got free and available constantly at Zest. People need period products. They're expensive, they shouldn't be. So we're really happy to have free products for anybody to use.
According to my research, young people in schools from minority backgrounds are not feeling included in menstrual health education. For this reason, I've teamed up with Acushla Young and Sisters and Diversity, two incredible organisations, to co-create with communities faith-inclusive menstrual health resources.
In the communities, in different community centres, reaching out to people, talking about periods, talking to younger girls too, because I feel like you're shielded from it. You're like kept away as if they're trying to protect you, but they should be taught then, so then you know what's going on. Not only with girls, I think guys, like boys at a young age need to be taught so that they're less embarrassing about it, and they can respect you. They can help their sisters, they can help their moms, they can help their friends.
There was a bit of a question when we first had the Period Bank installed that it might be difficult for some people. We do support people from lots of cultures and backgrounds, and we know not everybody is as kind of comfortable with talking about period poverty and periods in general and menstruation, but still made the decision to put the Period Bank really visibly and right in the middle of Zest Centre. And actually I've had great conversations with people from lots of different cultures and backgrounds about using the Period Bank, so we've kind of removed that barrier purposefully.
What we want to achieve through the partnership with the university and Irise is we want to continue to make sure that our programmes are as evidence-based as possible, because this leads to the most impact and the most change on the ground. The other thing we would really like is to make sure that our organisation is sustainable.
For us, that means having funding that really comes along with us on the journey and allows us to be true to our values of being youth-led, true to our values of being a feminist organisation, and remain strategically aligned rather than being pulled in lots of different directions. So we're really looking for kind of long-term core support.
It's happening to you, like as young girls, it's happening to you personally. No one's asking you, you're just expected to deal with it. And if you can make that change for yourself and for like other girls your age and even people older than you, it will help. So I think it's very important.